So there we are. So I think we're back. Tintramo. New Magencia. Actually, there's a New Haven too. New Haven is the new player location instead of spawning everybody everywhere who's like a new player. Yeah, that's okay. You didn't, whatever. OBS just disconnected and reconnected, so you didn't miss much. It's fine. New Haven. I'll go show you New Haven. I think you'd like this. I gotta get in my other form. Get out of stone form. Need my horse. Before the imp swats me. Yeah, that was back in the day. So here we are. This is the new spawn location for new people. I mean, they can choose other places, I think, but New Haven is now the new person location where you can train up skills super fast. I mean, you can buy skills up to 40 right here on the vendors, train, do escort quests right here in town. Just about everything except for spell weaving can be purchased within this town. It's very good. And we go out here to the east. And they got an area where you can train your skills. It's called a fast skill gain location where you can scale up to 50 very quickly. So it's pretty nice. They have a new player dungeon, a compacted one that you can go to as well. Fight the slightly more advanced monsters. So here we are. This guy here, the Dark Challenger, if you use the enhanced client, you can go to the tutorial on how to be a new player, and then you can eventually fight this guy and get a skill tutor, which tells you if you're fighting what you're doing is appropriate for your level. Like this crystal ball, it'll say what you're doing is easy, hard, too challenging, or something. So it's a good reward. That's a good place to be. Then I'll show you another reason why you might enjoy playing this game. I'll just log out here. Go over the go over to the test center. So here we are, test center. Now, the test center is for testing out whatever the hell they're up to lately. And what they're up to lately is this. It's called vendor search. They've finally, after freaking 17 years, put a vendor search in it. So look. It's being worked on at the moment. It's fairly functional, but it's not live yet. So you click on like there's a couple of sites out there that you would use that, you know, people go in and they have script programs that run in and check out the high locations for what the vendors have, and then they put them in a search program on an external site, which is good, especially considering you all didn't do this for a long time. So here we are. You click here, click on the things you want to search for. You can also do it by name. Click search. It'll tell you where the things are. What? There's no talismans or promotional tokens? Well, you suck. Clear search. Let's check it again. Should be some damn talismans around here somewhere. Let's do miscellaneous. Nope. Commit. Talisman. There should be a damn talisman. Search. Here we are. So here, check this out. So now you get your list. You can go through pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages, right? And then you find something you want, right? You mouse over it, I imagine. It'll tell you what it is. Alchemy bonus. No, whatever. So here we are. Creates a little map in your pack. And then you do this. You can look at where it's at. You can walk to it. Looks like it's in moon glow. Okay. Now we can teleport to the vendor. Cost you 1,000 gold to do it. And here we are. We are at the vendor. So UO has finally decided to get off their ass. And then you can buy your shit. Pretty good. And it here, check this out. See? Remember I told you about this? About you go around and you find armor laying on the ground and you find out where it's at? That's where your thing is that you were talking about, forensic evaluation and shit. Right here. Here's a plate mail on the ground. You can do whatever you gotta do to it to figure out where it goes. You go, you return it, you get yourself some whatever, appropriate ranking in the virtues. So that's pretty good. So there's a couple of decent things you can do. Dun, 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 dun. What else did you say? You said Juka Mages. I remember Juka Mages. Treasure maps, yes. Treasure maps were interesting. I knew a guy who came back and had a treasure guy. That's all he did, treasure. He had other characters too. You don't know what a soulstone is. So I'm going to open this up and see if you're wrong, because that way I'm not talking to myself. And then I'll tell you what a soulstone is. Dun, dun, dun. No viewer list. That's awesome. There you are. So, if you're still around, I'm going to tell you what a soulstone is. Soulstone is this. Actually, I'll have to go back to my house. And that's been around for a long time. I can't remember how long. Long time. 10 years at least. I don't know how long. But they made these cool little things called soulstones. And little small stones. Fragment soulstones as well. Oh. You have a wireless headset. Really? Are you at work? Soulstone fragments, I believe, can be made by tinkers, and you need assorted materials. I've not made one, but I think that's how you make it. You get whatever materials you need, you craft it up, and you're good to go. What it is it gives you like 5 uses, and you do stuff. And I do have an open soulstone, so I will show you. What you can do is you can have all of your characters except for one called skill mules. You know, just sitting around holding all of your skills instead of having gajillions of these. And what you do is you can move off any of these skills that you want, like this. Like if you're skilling, you're doing skills, right? Out there training your stuff. And you say, okay, this sucks, I'm bored with this, let me go and put it on a soul stone. And move a different one over to my character. So you, instead of being up, you move it down. And prefer to move this down when like nothing's going on, so you're not like losing skills. So you wait until everything is nice and stable, sit next to your stone, move your thing to the down arrow, click on the soul stone, move your musicianship, whatever it is, musicianship over here, activate the stone, move your skills to it. What it does is it puts your skills on a stone, right? Now you got 120 points that you can do something else with. Okay, so you got all these other stones, so to speak. Get all these other stones. And you can move whatever you want over. As long as you have enough skill cap, you can move whatever you want over. The top skill cap is 120, and you get them from scrolls, which you get from doing peerless bosses or champ spawns or whatever. I don't know if you get them from treasure mass seeking. I know you get little scrolls that'll give you point increases without doing a damn thing. So I moved 120, music off. Now let's say I wanted to show you spell weaving, which I think you'd enjoy. Well, I don't know. I assume a lot of things. I enjoy it because it's part of it's kind of like a taming, and I always like taming. So I got 113 points on spell weaving. I moved 120 music off, and now I'm going to move 113 spell weaving over here. I'll show real. I got 113.5 points of spell weaving now instead of my musicianship. And then I can go do what I want until I get tired of spell weaving. I'll move it off over here, move some other skill on there. So it's kind of cool. And I'll show you something. I'll go show you something awesome. I got these spell weaving books. I went and I checked out all the critters that you could allure. Now let me grab. Try and lure. So with spell weaving, you got this thing called Arcane Circle. And there's a circle in Britannia or whatever the fuck it's called. Britannia. So here we are. They got these circles in places, like the most popular ones in Britain. This is part of, I don't know what it's part of. Spell weaving. Can't remember when the hell it was. Was it Mondane's Legacy? I can't remember. Anyway. So the Arcane Circle, you get 5 people or 6 people to sit on the thing, and you get assorted levels. They give you a little vial that says you got a power of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The more people you have sitting on here, maximum of 6. The higher the power, maximum of 6. Increases your spells, the damage of things, the healing of your spells of here. Increases your chances to allure pets, all that good sort of jazz. So, nobody's here. I don't feel like spamming for anybody to do it. See if somebody comes over there and hangs on the damn thing. Nope. Okay, that's fine. I don't need them anyway. We'll go over to a new cave. So the new cave, and you might enjoy this. I don't know. Here we are. They revamped some of the new cave, or the old dungeons, because, let's put it this way, everybody outgrew the content. You know, back in the day, when Ettins were the hardest thing in the game and people couldn't kill them, well, now Ettins are like one of the weakest things in the game, and people just outgrew it. So they needed to appease the base, which was old players. So they revamped a lot of the old dungeons. So let me So a lot of these critters, they're extremely hard to kill. And this is like level 1. These are old spells, but I got rid of my mysticism so I can't summon a Colossus. And I don't have a... musicianship, so I can't provoke these right at the moment. So you'll notice... See, look at this. There, my energy vortexes, Majory is still based on what it was back in '97. They didn't do much of shit to it in 17 years. Although they made gear to boost your damage and crap. So, we don't really need to see that, but they're very hard, even though this is level 1. They're not as hard as level 5, I'll tell you that. Okay. So let's go allure one of these nasties. Cave troll. Cave troll is not the strongest, but the hardest, most durable critter you can allure. And what you do is you use Dryad Allure. On it. I gotta hide because I'm about to be swatted. Okay. So you'll notice my little cave troll has almost like he's almost losing no health. He's got 2,000 health. What a fool. Die. Kill him some. And you can heal him. Heal him with whatever you want. I don't know if he's considered a pet. Well, he is considered a pet. Takes 3 slots. But see, he's very durable. He's awesome. He's as good as a greater dragon, but the greater dragon is stronger. So let's have a browse at what he really looks like. Frankly, I don't want to sit in here. He can just keel over. I'm gonna go outside. Frankly, I'm gonna release him. When your allured pet dies, you just go get another one. No such thing as resurrecting it, and you can't bond it. I don't know if you know what bonding is. Bonding is you get a critter, you feed it, put it in your stable for 7 days. After 7 days, you take it out, you feed it again. It'll bond, and then when it gets killed out wherever you are, you just resurrect it. There you are. It was way back in the day when your critter died, that was it. You go get another critter. Alright. You did not know what I was doing. Jeez, can't remember. What's all that? Oh. Yeah, those are really good. Oh, I was going to show you that thing. Let me go back to town and I'll show you. Luna. I'll show you what it really looks like. Okay, I'm back in town. And now we'll look at cave troll. Oh. Cave troll. Here we are. So pay attention. This cave troll statistic is not right. We need to go to Stratix. Cave troll. Stratix cave troll. December of 2011. What the hell? This isn't right either. Serious? This is the one I want. Alright, so this is almost correct. Although it's still a little low. I think these 70s go to almost 80. But whatever, there's your resist. This is, this information is years and years and years beyond the last time you played, so I'll have to tell you what it is. The resists reduce the damage that you receive from that kind of attack. Monsters have different kinds of attack damage that they do. Let's try to find theirs. That's the resist. I'm not seeing the damage type. Here. I'll open up the old guide. Because the old guide will have it. Alright, here we are. So, the cave troll, according to this cave troll, does 100% in physical damage. And the base damage is about 18, right? So we look at the resists of my cave troll, which are like 80. Or 76. So it reduces the physical damage of the cave troll by 76% in physical, because the cave troll does 100% physical. So 76% of 18. What is that, about 10? You're taking a hit of 10 or something like that, or 8, something like that. And look at the skills. These skills are like really high. 137, 125. It's probably after one reading, so it's not very accurate. They should have did like 100 readings or 1,000 readings. But 137 wrestling, 125 tactics, and you can train up anatomy, whatever. It's pretty easy. 2,000 hit points. It's a very durable pet for like if you're a mage or whatever. And then you can bard them. Barding is whatever. You can piece them, discord, provoke them onto something else, whatever you want. So that cave troll is pretty good. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it'll sit there and take it for you for a while. And I went and these numbers in my book are the barding levels. So one of my early books, like a 54 troll, 49 ogre, very terrible pets. These ratmans aren't worth a shit either. These goblins I thought would be pretty good, but they're pretty pathetic. But whatever. Spent a couple of days trying to figure out all the cool ass pets you can have through spell weaving. And then this here, there's probably something else new that you haven't done. If you went to a high population server like Atlantic, they have an active PvP system in Fallujah. People actually play it. They do Fallujah, whatever, factions. So, just in case I'm not talking to myself here. The faction system. I will click on my faction because I'm in Minax. I am the leader of my own faction of one. Isn't that awesome? Okay. So a few days ago or a couple of weeks ago, there was a guy who had a house right here. But his house fell. Whatever. So if you want to join a faction, you go to one of the 3. There used to be 4 factions. Now there's 3. Minax, Moonglow, I don't remember what Moonglow was. And then the Britannian, whatever they're called. No, wait, are there 4 or were there 5? I think just 4 now. It's Minix. Yeah, I'm in a faction all by myself, doing it all with myself, and it's kind of funny. There's like 5 people who go to Fel on this server. But if you want to be in a big-ass PvP server, you go to Atlantic. So here we are. If you want to join one of the factions, go to one of these here. Faction stones, sign-up stones. Click it, join it. I already joined it, so it's not going to do much for me. And then if you're on Atlantic, which I think is the one you want to go to if you want to be in factions, and do Felucia. You up here. There's a little stone that'll tell you about some stuff. City status. The city status is who currently owns the cities. And since I took all the cities this morning from myself on I have 2 accounts. So I opened up another account so I could have someone to take the towns from me, because nobody else would do it. So I opened up another account. I factioned my other account to a different faction. I trained up stealing on the other account so that I could go around and steal all the cities from myself. So every 3 days the cities become available again. So I'll explain that shortly. Currently I own all the cities. Minax. I'm in the Minax faction. Minax owns all the cities. Statistics. The ranking is 1 through 10. The new system now is you don't need to be any higher than 1 to buy any of the faction gear. Although the higher the faction ranking you are, the cheaper the stuff is going to be. So I am a rank 10. Let me look at this in a minute. Open up. Here we are. So take a look at my name. I am the commanding lord of the Minax faction. In other words, I am the faction leader. Faction leader of myself. It's funny. So, okay, here we are. Alright, so I'm a rank 10 with 195 faction rank, or score of 195. So I took a lot of towns. And you get 10 points per town. And you get points for killing off other faction people. So, like if somebody killed me off, they'd get, I don't know if it's 10% or whatever, they get like 20 points on me for killing me off. Then you'd lose your stats for a half an hour. Like 30% of your stats would go into limbo for half an hour. You get like a penalty. So the merchant options, if you're ever a leader, you go and you move silver over to a city. Transfer silver, the silver available, to a city, and then then you go into the merchant options and you can buy yourself faction vendors for that city. You can buy guards for that city. You can buy a stable for that city so people can get faction horses. I spent 8 million for a red faction horse. 8 million gold, not silver. And it's a good thing I did, because at the time I didn't know how to get a faction horse. I became the leader because I came here and I said campaign for leadership. And since it was me, myself, and I became the faction leader. These here, pedestals or whatever the hell they're called, monoliths. You go to the town, you steal the little orb on the top of their monolith in the town, you come back to your faction, and you click on the appropriate monolith and it'll sit on top. It needs 10 hours to become corrupted, and then you run it back to the city and place it back on the monolith in town, and you own the city. These vaults, you can give the silver